It was a desolate stretch of road, miles away from any semblance of civilization. The sun had long set, casting an eerie darkness over the landscape. I was driving through unfamiliar territory, my mind preoccupied with thoughts of reaching my destination. But then, as I rounded a bend, something caught my eye, a lone gas station standing amidst the darkness. I should have driven past it without a second thought, but there was something off about the scene. The gas station seemed out of place, like a relic from another era that had somehow survived the passage of time. Its neon sign flickered intermittently, casting a sickly green light that contrasted with the inky blackness of the night. My curiosity got the better of me, and against my better judgment, I pulled into the gas station's parking lot. The air was heavy with an unsettling silence, broken only by the low hum of the flickering sign. As I stepped out of my car, a chill ran down my spine, a feeling that I was not alone in this desolate place. The gas station itself was a strange sight. It was as if it had frozen in time, untouched by the passage of years. The paint on the exterior was faded and peeling. The windows were smudged with dirt and grime. It was a relic of the past, a snapshot of an era long gone. I approached the gas pumps, half expecting them to be out of order. But to my surprise, the pump hissed to life as I picked up the nozzle. I filled up my tank, all the while glancing around nervously, feeling as if unseen eyes were watching me from the shadows. As I waited for the tank to fill, I noticed a door at the side of the building. It was slightly ajar, the dim light from inside spilling out onto the pavement. I hesitated, torn between the unease that had settled in the pit of my stomach and the irresistible pull of curiosity. The door creaked open as I pushed it, revealing a dimly lit interior that seemed to stretch on forever. Shelves lined the walls, stocked with items that appeared ancient. Canned goods with faded labels, dusty magazines from years long past. A bell jingled softly as I stepped further inside, the sound echoing in the quiet space. As I walked down the narrow aisles, a sense of unease washed over me. There was something wrong about this gas station, something that defied explanation. The shelves seemed to stretch on indefinitely, the rows disappearing into darkness. It was as if the interior of the gas station was larger than the building itself, as if it defied the laws of physics. I reached out to touch one of the items on the shelf, a box of cereal that looked like it had been there for decades. But as my fingers brushed against the cardboard, a shock of static electricity ran through me, causing me to recoil. My heart raced, and a feeling of dread settled in the pit of my stomach. I turned to leave, my footsteps echoing in the silence. But as I retraced my steps, I realized something was wrong. The door I had entered through was nowhere in sight. Panic surged through me as I looked around, my heart pounding in my chest. The shelves seemed to have shifted, the layout of the gas station's interior now unrecognizable. I broke into a run, my footsteps echoing in the darkness as I searched for an exit. But no matter how far I ran, the gas station's interior seemed to stretch on indefinitely. The walls seemed to close in on me, the rows of shelves becoming a claustrophobic labyrinth that refused to release me. I felt a rising sense of desperation, a fear that I was trapped in this endless expanse. The gas station should not exist. It defied all reason, all logic. I had stumbled into a nightmare, a place that existed outside the realm of reality. Hours turned into days, or at least, that's what it felt like. Time had lost all meaning within the endless expanse of the gas station. I had tried everything to find an exit, to escape the suffocating labyrinth, but each attempt had proven futile. I had eaten from the shelves, rationing the canned goods as the days dragged on. The food tasted stale, the flavors muted and unfamiliar. The magazines on the shelves offered no solace, their pages filled with stories and advertisements that seemed like relics of a forgotten past. The gas station's interior continued to shift and warp, the shelves rearranging themselves as if guided by some unseen force. It was as if the very fabric of reality was bending to the will of this place, distorting the laws of space and time. And then, as I wandered through the endless aisles, I heard a sound, a soft, distant whisper that seemed to come from all directions. My heart raced as I strained to listen, the words forming in my mind like a jumbled puzzle. "You shouldn't be here! You must leave!" The voice was ethereal, its tone both haunting and urgent. It was as if the very essence of the gas station was trying to communicate with me, to warn me of the danger I was in. But how could I leave when there was no exit? No way out of this nightmare? As the days turned into weeks, the voice became more persistent. It seemed to guide me, leading me through the labyrinthine shelves. I followed its direction, a glimmer of hope ignited within me. Perhaps there was a way out, a secret passage that had eluded my earlier attempts to escape. But the more I followed the voice, the more I realized that its guidance was leading me deeper into the gas station's interior. The shelves seemed to stretch on forever, the darkness becoming suffocating. And then, as I turned a corner, I came face to face with a sight that froze my blood. Before me stood a mirror that reflected not my own image, but that of a distorted, twisted version of myself. My reflection grinned at me, its eyes gleaming with a malevolent light. The mirror seemed to ripple like water, the distorted version of myself reaching out as if to pull me in. I stumbled back, my heart pounding in my chest. This place was not just an endless gas station, it was a prison, a trap that defied comprehension. The voice that had guided me had led me deeper into the nightmare, into a place where reality was twisted and manipulated. As I backed away from the mirror, the voice grew louder, its urgency bordering on desperation. "You must find the exit," it whispered. "Break the cycle." But how could I break a cycle that seemed to have no beginning and no end? How could I escape a place that defied the very laws of existence? I felt a rising sense of hopelessness, a realization that I was trapped within this endless expanse, doomed to wander its labyrinthine corridors for all eternity. Days turned into months, or at least, that's what it felt like. Time had become a blur within the gas station's shifting interior. The voice that had once guided me had grown faint, its urgency replaced by a haunting resignation. It was as if even the essence of this place had come to accept its own twisted reality. I had lost track of how many times I had retraced my steps, how many attempts I had made to find an exit. The shelves continued to shift and rearrange, the gas station's interior becoming an ever-changing maze. I had grown accustomed to the stale taste of the canned goods, the suffocating darkness that seemed to seep into my very soul. But then, one day, as I turned a corner, I saw something different. A glimmer of light in the distance. My heart raced as I stumbled forward, a surge of hope igniting within me. Could this be the exit I had been searching for? The way out of this endless nightmare? I ran towards the light, my footsteps echoing in the darkness. But as I drew closer, the light seemed to recede, as if mocking my attempts to escape. I pushed forward, desperation lending me strength, until finally I reached the source of the light, a door. It was a plain wooden door, its surface worn and weathered. I pushed it open, half expecting to be greeted by the same endless expanse. But to my astonishment, I found myself standing outside, the cool night air washing over me. I was free from the suffocating darkness of the gas station, free from the twisted reality that had held me captive for so long. The stars twinkled overhead, their light a welcome contrast to the sickly green glow of the gas station's sign. As I stood outside, breathing in the fresh air, I realized that I had emerged from the gas station in a place I did not recognize. The landscape was unfamiliar, the road stretching out in both directions. I was miles away from where I had first discovered the gas station. I walked along the road, a mixture of relief and unease settling within me. How had I ended up so far away from where I had entered? And more importantly, what was the true nature of the gas station? It seemed to defy all reason, all logic, existing as a place that should not exist. As I continued to walk, the memory of the gas station haunted me like a lingering nightmare. The voice that had guided me, the shifting shelves, the mirror that had reflected a twisted version of myself. They were all fragments of a puzzle that I could not fully grasp. I glanced back at the road behind me, half expecting to see the gas station looming in the distance. But there was nothing, only darkness and uncertainty. The gas station had disappeared as mysteriously as it had appeared, leaving me with more questions than answers. And as I walked further into the unknown, a sense of unease settled over me. The gas station was a place that had defied reality, a place that had ensnared me in its twisted grasp. And even though I had escaped its suffocating interior, its memory continued to haunt me. A reminder that there are places in this world that should remain hidden, that should never be discovered. Despite my escape from the gas station's suffocating grasp, the memories of that nightmarish place continued to haunt me. The image of the endless shelves, The distorted reflection in the mirror, the ethereal voice that guided me, all of it remained etched in my mind, a constant reminder of a reality that defied explanation. I couldn't shake the feeling that the gas station was more than just an anomaly. It was as if the very fabric of reality had been torn apart within its walls, creating a pocket of existence that should not have been possible. And the question that tormented me was, why? Why did the gas station exist, and what was its purpose? I began to research, scouring books and articles in search of any hint, any mention of a gas station that defied the laws of physics. But the more I looked, the more I realized that the gas station was a mystery without answers, a riddle that had no solution. Months turned into years, and still, the gas station's memory lingered. I became obsessed, consumed by the need to understand the truth. I visited libraries, interviewed experts, and even ventured to the location where I had first discovered the gas station. But there was nothing. No evidence, no traces of the place that should not exist. The gas station had left its mark on me in more ways than one. I struggled with sleepless nights, plagued by nightmares of endless shelves and distorted reflections. The voice that had guided me echoed in my mind, a haunting whisper that refused to fade. And then, one day, as I was poring over old newspapers, I stumbled upon a headline that sent a chill down my spine. The article spoke of disappearances, people who had gone missing under mysterious circumstances, their last known location the very stretch of road where I had found the gas station. As I delved deeper, I realized that the disappearances were not isolated incidents. Over the years, numerous people had vanished without a trace, their last known moments linked to that desolate road and the gas station that stood as a twisted monument to the unknown. The pieces began to click into place. The gas station wasn't just an anomaly, it was a trap, a place that lured unsuspecting travelers into its suffocating grasp. It existed outside the bounds of reality, a place where time and space were twisted, where those who entered were lost to a never-ending labyrinth. The gas station had become a part of me, its influence seeping into my thoughts and dreams. It was as if the very essence of the place had imprinted itself onto my soul, leaving me forever changed. I was consumed by a need for answers, for closure. But the more I searched, the more I realized that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. As the years passed, I became more reclusive, haunted by the memory of that nightmarish place. I knew that I could never fully escape its influence, that the gas station's grasp on me was unbreakable. And yet, a part of me couldn't help but wonder, was there a purpose to the gas station's existence? Was it a warning? A glimpse into a reality beyond our understanding? I found myself drawn to the darkness, to the unknown. I became obsessed with the idea that there are forces in this world that defy explanation, that challenge our perception of reality. The gas station had opened my eyes to the existence of something greater, something beyond the confines of the everyday world. And as I continue to search for answers, to explore the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows, I can't help but wonder if the gas station was a portal, a doorway to a reality that we are not meant to comprehend. It exists as a reminder that the universe is vast and unknowable, that there are truths that lie beyond the boundaries of human understanding. As the years go by, the gas station's memory remains with me, a constant reminder of the mysteries that exist just beyond our reach. I've come to accept that I may never fully understand its purpose, its origins, or its implications. But one thing is certain, the gas station that should not exist will forever be a part of my life. A haunting reminder that there are truths that can never be fully explained, and that some mysteries are meant to remain shrouded in darkness,